This is Michael from the Bitfeed, and today I'll be talking to you about Pundi X, a company and project looking to become the Walmart of blockchain and cryptocurrency. As always, if you're looking for a bit more detail, you should head over to thebitfeed.com and check out the actual article because we go into more detail here, but I think at this point we should just get started. So, Pundi X had a very successful ICO. They sold out in 90 minutes, reaching a hard cap of $35 million. Now, this was very important because if they reached their hard cap in a certain amount of time, they actually pledged to release a greater quantity of their point of sale devices. So it's very exciting to see that they met their hard cap and sold out so quickly. And I think this is just an indication of how much excitement there is around this project. And even key figures in the crypto community, like Ian Bellina, hold huge portions of Pundi because they see it as a long-term hold because of the infrastructure they are trying to establish. And I think what these people see in Pundi is that it is a long-term hold because it is an infrastructure project that is bringing cryptocurrency to mainstream Asia and Southeast Asia, where the general population will actually be able to buy and engage with cryptocurrency. And that to me is another reason why this project is so exciting, because their target demographic is huge. They have such a wide and far-reaching range of people that they can actually access and target with their marketing. Okay, so at this point I should probably just explain to you what Pundi actually does. So if we go back to our article, we can see that Pundi X is first and foremost a platform. They're using the NEM and the Ethereum blockchain to bring a point of sale device to retailers so that customers can pay for goods and services with cryptocurrency, but also purchase cryptocurrency from the device. It is a two-pronged approach to making cryptocurrency more mainstream and giving it a real use case. But how do all of these ideas come together? Well, I think the Pundi official website is very helpful here because they actually have images and short descriptions that if you don't want to read their white paper, you can still get a general idea of what they're doing. So the first thing we notice here is obviously the Pundi point of sale device. It's a very handsome looking piece of technology that operates very similarly to a PayWave device that you would have used to tap your card on just to pay for everyday goods and services. Well, here, this operates quite the same. You can pay by tapping your phone, which connects to either your crypto or traditional wallet, to purchase the goods and services that the retailer is selling. But secondly, what we see here is that the staff can actually help you purchase cryptocurrency. Now, for the average person who is involved in the cryptocurrency community, that doesn't seem like a very attractive idea. But what you have to see is this is making cryptocurrency more accessible for either people who are older and have been left behind by the digital and blockchain revolution, or also for just general millennials who have looked at cryptocurrency with wary eyes and didn't actually know how to get onto exchanges and set up wallets and do all of that. This is a very refined process that simplifies it for people who don't know how to purchase cryptocurrency, and that is the market that Pundi is going for. But it doesn't stop there. If we scroll down, we can also see the Pundi card. Now, what this is, an alternative to the mobile payment. It works very much the same in that it connects to your traditional or your crypto wallet. And also, supposedly, it's going to show you the actual rates of the cryptocurrency before you pay. And this addresses, in my opinion, a bit of a drawback that some people see, because why would you purchase and why would you ever feel comfortable purchasing with a volatile class of finance? Well, this is meant to help the customer make a more informed decision. If you see that in the last half hour that the market's dumped, you're probably not going to want to use the Pundi card. However, if you see that things have been appreciating steadily or remain the same, then you're probably going to be quite happy to purchase with it. And in a nutshell, this is the Pundi product. They're bringing a point of sale device, mobile payment, and card payment in a very realistic and, in my opinion, palatable approach for people who still might be skeptical of cryptocurrency. But on top of that, it also branches out to people who have been in the crypto game for a long time. Because if people have made substantial profits with cryptocurrency, it's probably very convenient for them to buy groceries, and other small items with cryptocurrency payments instead of actually taking money out of their fiat accounts and out of their income, which they might make from their day job. I think this hits both markets perfectly, and their product is going to hopefully change the landscape of cryptocurrency in the next few years. And it needs to be noted that they're actually on track to do this. They're selling these point of sale devices. It's a very viable working product. If you look here, you can actually see that they're selling these devices and people are making orders from them. The point of sale device is open for individual order in 31 countries, which means that hopefully in the next few months you're actually going to see these popping up. I think it's more likely that these are going to start off in Asia and Southeast Asia, but if you see here, myself, if I was potentially a store owner here in Australia, could actually order one of these in an hour and 35 minutes when it releases worldwide, hitting the Australian market. And I don't think this can be emphasized enough. There are so many crypto projects out there with nothing but a white paper and strong marketing team that is doing nothing to impact the landscape of this financial technology. Yet here, Pundi is already selling and distributing these devices, and you might literally have the opportunity to use one of these in the next few months depending on where you live. Anyway, I think I've banged on enough about this point, so let's move on. Now, what I wanted to touch on briefly here was the partnership with NEM, a technology currently employed by various financial institutions around the world, and I think it's very reassuring that Pundi has actually teamed up with this technology. And that's just for a few different reasons. Firstly, the Ethereum blockchain is very congested with all the dApps releasing and taking up space, and Pundi is potentially going to be handling thousands and thousands of transactions every day within the next few months. So it's important that they're actually able to offload onto the NEM blockchain. But secondly, in terms of market sentiment, it's just very handy to have a currency, which I believe is still in the top 15 or 10, to be backing this project in terms of infrastructure being laid down. And it's an indication that Pundi isn't just another ICO making big claims without having any actual real-world partnerships to back it up. Now, in the middle of March, at the time of making this video, Pundi is actually doing a token swap to the new Pundi X token. Unfortunately, this is a slightly convoluted process, so if you're currently owning Pundi, then definitely come to this Medium article and follow the instructions exactly, because if you do these wrong, you actually could potentially lose your tokens and not get them back. However, Pundi have very helpfully laid out a step-by-step process and given you pictures and guidelines on what to follow. But my advice for anybody who has been looking at Pundi and is wanting to buy in, just for the sake of convenience, wait another few days, wait for the token swap to be conducted, and then you can just buy in at the new market price from any number of exchanges, and that way you don't have to worry yourself with going through the rigors of the token swap. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was just the market conditions surrounding Pundi. So if we look at CoinMarketCap, we can see that in no terms of sugarcoating, that Pundi has actually been tanking in the last few months since releasing from its initial coin offering. It started off around $4, it is now around 77 cents, and while volume has been picking up, it still seems like it's on a long-term downward trajectory. Now, if you bought into the ICO, this is obviously quite disappointing, and there's nothing to do but just hold on and wait for adoption to increase over the next months or even years, because again, this is a long-term infrastructure hold. But for people who haven't bought in and are looking for those moonshot currencies that could firstly be very lucrative for them, but also contribute to positive developments in the crypto space, then this is obviously a perfect time and buying opportunity. Sure, there's every chance that it keeps downtrending and gets even lower and even hits zero. Bitcoin could hit zero, the whole crypto market could tumble. Anything is possible in this volatile market. But in my opinion, it's incredibly undervalued, and if you're picking it up at this price, well, firstly, you're beating the RCO price, and secondly, you're going to be holding on to a project that is contributing to positive developments in the crypto space, and in my opinion, will appreciate in the long term. And so what I'm going to do in the next few weeks is, when I can free up some fiat currency, I'm going to go to one of these exchanges, probably Buybox, and pick up some Pundi, hold on to it for months, years if need be, and hopefully that ends up being a lucrative decision. Of course, that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial expert. Nobody on the bit feed is. But in terms of speculative investment, to me, that seems like a decent approach to take. So guys, that's all I wanted to talk about today in terms of Pundi X. Again, you can come here and read the article if you're interested in a more thorough breakdown, including partnerships and the team. And if you want to be alerted as more articles come out, consider coming here, subscribing, typing in your email address, and following us on Twitter. That's it from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.